Ladies and gentlemen, people of all dynamics, races, creeds, and cultures, welcome to the D20 Live Tribe Long Game Ravenloft Debrief. We have just finished filming the final episode.
We've been filming for 17 hours.
Oh my god.
17 hours? The entire season was done in one sitting.
Bullshit.
Oh my god. Yeah, you just switch shirts all the time.
Switch shirts, like different shirts, different haircut.
I cut my hair for fun.
I grew my beard out. It's been amazing.
Yep.
Just concentrate real hard and fart and it'll come right out.
I can't believe we did it, and I can't believe I did not in any way spoil what the ending was with you guys going to Greyhawk and meeting Mordenkainen.
Yeah.
There was no way I would have seen that coming.
I know, none of you did, but it makes perfect sense that that's where it touched down, right?
Yeah.
Should we introduce ourselves?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm Mike,
Sam, the production manager.
who has made this gloriously happen behind the scenes. Did
Yes. Devin.
Tom.
Jordan. Scott.
you guys enjoy the season?
Actually,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. It was between the dreams and the macabre atmosphere, but still the fact that it's us, so we still were able to joke around
Shooting
about
it.
it.
I will say the dreams were my favorite part.
Absolutely.
They were so spot on, so well described that it really they were the most evocative emotionally of the entire season.
It's the only time we didn't smart Alex back.
I mean,
That's the only part that's purely original.
Yeah, but
if we're not trash talking or coming back with comebacks, that means we're really engaged. We're really interested in what you have to say. And the rest of the time, we're just being jackasses.
We deal with stress with sass.
Yeah, it's true. And it inspired me to think more about Korvath's background.
Yeah.
And what he's going. Because I gave you very little to go on. You've now thrown the ball back in my court, said, all right, this is what I've started to do with it. And like, okay, let's work with this. Let's run with this.
There's a lot of good character development that happened.
Yeah, definitely.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up. The biggest problem people have had with Ravenloft in the past is there's no option to be an evil character in it. So I had to think of how would evil characters be received by Strahd, because being from Athos, it's very likely that you would be, which is why Strahd actually meets with you at the dinner. In the normal dinner for when you meet him, Strahd doesn't talk to you at all. He just laughs at you and it's a puppet and it disappears. So funny. It's kind of cartoonish, but whatever. Whereas this one, he met with you in person because he thought Strahd was kind of convinced that you guys were like him because of who you are and where you came from.
Yeah.
And that's why he wasn't thinking of you as who you are. He was just seeing himself in you with how you were. But I'm going to tell you this, had you traded in Ireena, Strahd would have very much honored the deal. He wouldn't have gotten her. Because the curse prohibits him from doing so, and she would have dramatically fallen off a cliff somewhere.
She's going for a Sunday stroll in Castle Ravenloft.
She's like, no, Strahd, I won't let you have me.
No. Off the top parapet makes the
cliff around. We have this joke that the cliff of Castle Ravenloft is getting deeper and deeper every time Ireena shows up because she jumps off it.
Just lands in the same person-shaped hole every.
No. It keeps happening. So there's a lovely depression.
Yeah.
It's about 300 feet now.
Yes, we are terrible people.
We're monsters. Yeah. But yeah, she would have died, and he would have honored you by taking you to Thieves' World.
Ooh.
Where you guys, with your magic and your power and psionic abilities, you would have been running that city effectively. Now it would have been you guys having a city intrigue game in the following season. That was the initial plan, actually. But going back to Dark Sun, was that I was expecting you guys to be playing very evil characters. But once I was like, we're going to do this really great twisted ending to Ravenloft that no one's ever done before. But once I saw how you guys were role playing, I'm like, fuck, I need to know where they're going.
Yeah. You're like, oh, they're being moral, but why? It's not that we're good people. Well, I am. And I become.
It's arguable.
It's arguable
for all of us.
But it's one of those. Okay, we're not good people, but we don't like slaves, and we don't, because that's normal for Dark Sun. Like we were slaves, so why wouldn't we rebel against that? And people,
we're against what held us prisoner in Dark Sun. So, like I was saying to these guys before the cameras turned on, I think, in my opinion, we're a very chaotic good group. Not all of us are obviously chaotic good, but like as a group, we react to situations like we are.
Yeah.
We generally tend to do the right thing on the whole, but we also are very for freedom. We're very for personal choice. We're very for like you doing your own thing as long as you don't harm other people.
Yeah.
And this reflects a lot of our character creation in Athos, where we were very repressed and we were very like told what to do, what not to do. Yeah. And so there lies a lot of how we react to situations where Strahd is like, I'm the king of this place, and we're like, and? And we're like, and I'm going to steal this girl. I'm like, the fuck you are.
Mom says what?
Yeah, and so... Yeah. So the whole reason we fucking went after Strahd as hard as we did is because he was repressing people.
Yeah. He was effectively another wizard king,
and then
just
he
in
started,
a different way.
Yeah, and then he started screwing with us.
Oh, yeah.
But like the dreams were super spooky, but we're like, whatever.
Yeah.
Until a long time, and then he started getting into really dark shit, like the spoiler magic, and we're like, oh fuck, can't have that.
No.
Because that meant that should have been left in Athos.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. He still has it.
I'm aware,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's a super big problem. But what can we do about it now?
Yeah.
And then he really hammered home the Ireena thing, which is not cool. Then he killed Urgos, which was a big. That's basically what just.
That was our tipping point.
That was
He brought back Urgos. You killed him again. And lit him
that
on
was
fire,
the
so-
start of our World War II entrance. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like, that was what got us in.
Yeah.
Like, we were like, okay, whatever, he's this fucking castle, I don't care.
Well, we had buried him. Like it's like he died. We're like,
was-
okay, this is closure. And then he corrupted our tribe member, and we're like, no.
yeah, that was the
No,
closest
no,
thing
no,
we
you
had
could-
to, like, an emotional moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When like he didn't even have any kind of a choice. It was like the ultimate enslavement. You're dead and you don't have any choice, and you're coming back. I'm like, no.
Yeah,
You-
the
yeah,
only
it's-
reason why it looks like we're heroes is because a lot of the people who do these things are just evil in general.
Yeah, they're much
And-
worse than we are.
To be fair, if he had nothing to do with the rest of the villagers, we would have fucking murdered him anyways because of what he did to us. The fact that we saved hundreds of people is an absolute side effect.
Yes. And you can see that in the game. Like we don't particularly care.
I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how you go. And Sam, because you haven't said anything yet, what your opinion on things?
Also, she's very tired. Long
I
day.
am very tired.
Yeah.
It was a very long day. But yeah, no, like I've always really liked Ravenloft as just a module itself. So the fact that you guys, regardless of the fact that you guys were a bunch of jackanapes running through it, you still kind of did the good thing.
He called that a lot. I don't know what it means. I gotta look that up.
It's literally our slogan. We're a bunch of jackanapes that play.
I know, but you keep saying I don't know what that means. Sorry.
Are you guys Googling jackanapes right
I
now?
am.
They all are.
I'm being polite to our audience and not
And
touching
Sam,
my phone.
and
Yeah.
Sam, the production manager who kept this going.
Yeah, Devin, I expect this from Scott.
Dated, an impertinent person. Archaic, a tame monkey.
We are haughty, insolent fellows.
Accurate.
Super accurate.
Yes.
But yeah, no, like so I've always really liked Ravenloft, like just as a module, just because like it's one of those very classic and iconic things, and and the fact that Mike used the original one
Yeah.
on its own is just it makes my heart
There you go.
dance a little. So
I'm glad.
Makes your little Thaco heart
yeah,
skip
my
a beat.
little Thaco heart goes yeah, even though we will never ever use Thaco ever.
Thank you.
But it's not that hard.
No.
Don't explain to me.
Okay, let's pull up
So
out
what
of
was your
this
favorite
one.
moment of the whole thing?
Oh.
Everything Ridgerin did, right? I knew it. I knew it.
So my favorite part was actually in the first half end where Strahd just pulls in Ridgerin and goes, "You're coming with me," and Ridgerin's
yeah.
like, "Okay," and then everyone's just like, "Oh no, Urgos is still alive too! What's going on?" That was great. I liked
Why?
that. That was a great cliffhanger, it really left everybody on this really good, excited note. On let's get back and do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Your favorite moments?
So there's one thing that I was super excited about, and no one let me do. I did not get to draw one card from the deck of many things.
You still have it,
I know that.
and you're taking it to Greyhawk.
We do?
Yeah, you still have it. You know
It's
coming
not
up.
relevant to
We
defeating Strahd.
confiscated it from him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because he's a lunatic and would have been like, here's 6.
Yes.
It's like you summoned both
Yes!
Satan and death.
Oh my god,
Like,
can you
why?
imagine what Mike counts as picking up? He would have done 52 card pickup in the deck of anything.
Like a goddamn street magician. Like, no, you're not allowed to have the deck, Tom.
No, honestly, the only reason, like, I actually would have wanted to draw from the deck of many things as a player, but
No.
it's so terrible to do that on a stream because
still have it?
it totally derails any plot.
No,
The
it's-
wrong card will derail everything. I could die. I could do party wipe. The world could implode. All of it.
It's our-
all of it could happen.
It's our nuclear option.
Actually, bigger question: which version of the deck of many things is it?
Fuck if I know, man.
We don't know. We haven't looked at
if
it
it's
yet.
the second ed version, we're fucked.
That's really mean. Yeah.
It could be the first ed version.
See, I have this image of you guys just going like, and then all the cards fall down, and then you're like, nobody touch them.
Nobody touch them.
Put little cones around them. Like, no.
Our deck of many things is Schrodinger's deck. Like it could be any of them at the same time.
You could give it to Mordenkainen.
I
I would love to watch Mordenkainen shit his pants.
You know what? Just to satisfy me as a
face up.
player, I would like to just for this draw. My first draw for the deck of many
fuck's
things.
sakes.
What would it have been? I'm just curious.
Stop the clock so I can fucking get the...
2 hours later.
Sorry, we thought of a way of doing it. Usually, you're supposed to do an actual deck of playing cards. They have a specific
But
list.
there's 22 cards to the deck, so we're going to do a random dice roll to see what you get.
Yeah, so I'll 2d10 and we'll just add 1.
Yeah,
we get.
we'll round accordingly for the ones and things.
20.
20?
No, 2. Oh,
No,
sorry.
it's
Got
not.
it.
Yeah.
The Void.
Yeah.
Body functions with the soul is trapped elsewhere. The Void.
So basically, you go into a never-ending coma.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Your soul literally gets voided out.
Okay, so that would be a bad thing to happen.
Damn. My turn.
We're not doing the fucking deck of many things.
I know. Just curious. 15.
15. Knight. Gain the surface of a 4th level fighter.
Yay!
Okay, all right.
Yay!
Anyway.
Yeah.
He would have
But
been
yeah,
immediately shredded.
No, like the reason that particular magical item fascinates me is because it can do anything, and I have good luck in general.
No, you don't.
You just got voided.
It didn't happen to the actual character. I
Oh.
was pretending.
But I'm trying to think of everything that I had planned for this. We had to convert Strahd. I had to go through every room in Ravenloft.
He says he had to convert Strahd. I converted Strahd.
Yeah, then off of your notes, I converted him to Pathfinder, and I'm
There
very
you go.
grateful. Thank you.
Right, because Sam would have been able to understand second edition.
Yeah,
and third
to
edition.
how it
Yeah, makes
translates.
sense.
Yeah. So I had her great help.
What was it?
And favorite moments we were saying.
Yes. Just if I recall correctly, Azazel
and Rex.
Azazel and Rex. Is that not only we know it's a Dreadlord, but that's like I think the Darkon Dreadlord. I can't remember which of
I'm
the
not
Dread
sure where
realms.
I can't remember where
Yeah.
he's from, but he's specifically known historically for being the Dreadlord that helped Strahd get out of Ravenloft.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why he's significant. He makes a big appearance in the Griffin Hill module, which is universally complained about, and I can't wait to fix it.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Assuming we get there.
Yeah.
So I want to remember just because we can't quite remember the 5th card that we drew. The Madame Eva freaked the fuck out about. That was
Necromancer.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. So and was that inverted or not?
No,
or
that was not
the
inverted. The inverted wizard card was him.
Yeah.
And that was about
okay.
him
Yeah.
being turned against his purpose because he was a preserver
Because he was a
wizard.
preserver who knew about Despoiler, and
Still kind
Strahd twisted him to learn Despoiler magic.
I mean, by default.
Scott, what was your favorite moment?
Well, I also know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Oh, who do you think it is?
Considering you just put us in Greyhawk, I'm gonna say you're pulling out the Necromancer,
Who would that be?
Vecna.
Yeah.
That's a good guess.
Yeah. The only necromancer worth their salt on Orth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and also and Vecna was in Ravenloft for a period of time, so it'd be a nice.
Not yet.
Yeah.
What was my favorite moment? I gotta say the Iron Golem thing was pretty fucking rad.
Yeah.
I think exploring the bottom part of the castle was a lot of fun. I really liked that part.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun down there.
Yeah, I would. The only problem with doing a format in this season style is the fact that you don't get to explore the castle as a whole. You never found Strahd's accountant,
No. Yeah.
of which he has. He has an accountant.
He's an accountant.
He has an accountant.
Or you need one.
Well,
He's
we
got
would
a
have found
castle
him
on
when
lands.
we looted the damn place.
we never checked everything.
You didn't check everything. You just looted the places you knew and left, which is still a lot.
Oh yeah.
Outside of the castle, probably when you described the trail of spirits from the graveyard up to the castle, I thought that was rad.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah.
I imagined that full movie, and I was like, that would be cool as shit to see. That's why my character was like, oh my god, like face planting through the window, like that's amazing. Because we would have never seen anything like that, not even close.
No, exactly. Yeah.
But like, I didn't know dead people could do this crazy shit.
Yes.
My absolute favorite moment was when you first met Strahd, and how little you understood about him and how he had unfolded as the game went on, as he went from, because it gave. The problem is with most Ravenloft games is you don't get to know who Strahd is. He's this thing in the background, which works effectively. But here you got to see a contrast between the good, theoretically, of Strahd being this actual person with these beliefs and values, and someone who was a leader of men and actually has charisma for days. And you got to interact with that, and then seeing it turn against you into this tyrannical thing.
He was really tragic in a lot of ways, and I could really appreciate that about the character. But like he was so
asshole.
He's still
he
a
was
pawn.
so
Yeah, but
there was no self-awareness at all. Like that's the only reason why he was like, I'm never gonna change. I love this shit, Dreadlord for life.
Yeah.
It's got like a tattooed across.
Yeah, Strahd's rolling down from Castle Bronze.
Dreadlord for life.
life.
He's got his Dreadlord chains on, lots of bats and shit everywhere.
It's just grills on his fangs. It's just...
What is up, the sluts? I'm going to do a stream in Saints Row Force like, what is up? I am the Strahd. It's going to be like Team 4 Stars Renegade for life. It'll just be Strahd, Dreadlord for life.
I am the Strahd.
Yeah, but
Greetings, peasants. I'm playing this row of saints. Saints Row! Fuck off.
Shut up.
Silence, you peasant dog.
when I want your opinion, I'll pull it from your still beating heart.
Yeah. When I want your opinion, I'll squeeze your lungs so you can scream it at me.
You're a pawns.
so one thing that I'm thinking back that I really did enjoy is learning about Strahd through the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the story that was the background. It was a really interesting way to be told the lore of how the family dynamic played out.
Yeah.
I got to go hunting.
And it was a really nice reveal, and I'm glad that it happened over time. All at once can be a little overwhelming, a little bit too fast.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad that it was a little spaced out to just feed it to us every once in a
Well,
while.
up until we got the tome, then it was basically just plot.
No, but still, even then, we had to take time to decipher
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We were rolling through it, and it wasn't the massive exposition. It was like given in small bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Well, we earned it.
Yeah, and also really interesting that it's given in kind of digestible chunks.
Yeah.
What's your biggest questions up to this point about Ravenloft?
Did Ireena's brother know she was what the fuck the whole time?
No. The module is not very clear on what she is explicitly. The idea is that she is part of the curse, and when the curse is lifted, she's gone.
She's Starbuck.
She's Starbuck.
I had a theory that she wasn't reincarnated, merely that she was playing a pawn, like a piece, that the curse required in order to be existent.
Yeah.
How accurate was that, or was she actually reincarnated every time?
It's
Or
the
is it
problem.
kind of a mix of the two?
It's never. The problem is every time the problem is the difference between the original intent of the authors and what Ravenloft eventually became.
Oh, it's a cheat.
When Ravenloft in the second edition became the way it was, Strahd went from being the evil force of darkness to a very tragic character, and they tried to make him seem pitiable, which doesn't work to me, and I don't agree with that on several very moral principles. And the idea, the tragedy becomes that Strahd legitimately loves Ireena, which I don't agree with at all, and that he keeps getting kept away from her, but she keeps coming up as different women, right? And he always gets close to marrying her. But the thing is, it's never made sense to me that she ever legitimately loves him, but she has in a couple of those modules. And it's like, oh no, my love, we're being separated. I have a way around that to explain that going forward. But to me, the soul of Tatiana should never be in love with Strahd in any way, shape, or form for what he's done. And that the memory of her haunts him more than it's because that's why. Going back to answering your question, Jordan, I got on a diatribe there. With the original module, she explicitly exists, but the second that curse is gone, she's gone. And it makes no mention of the fact that it's basically, she's a physical manifestation of the curse. And it is her, ostensibly. But part of her, because there's all these hints in the castle and she doesn't get anything from it.
Right.
She doesn't realize that she's these things that's being kept from her. I showed that more as a conflict, but she has no idea.
Yeah.
And the sword, and her starting off and being not born, but
coming out of the fog.
coming out of the fog with the broken
blade.
sword is just.
That was me.
Oh, okay.
Because normally, this is another thing that doesn't make sense. In the original module, one of you is supposed to be carrying a sword, period. One of your swords is the other part of the Sunblade.
Oh.
It just randomly ended up in your hands. You guys were coming from Athos. None of you had a sword.
Fair enough.
So I'm like, well, what would make sense?
you know, it was
Ireena
given
found the
play.
blade. Ireena had found the. Tatiana soul found the blade.
Yeah.
She believed someone was going to show up. She keeps coming back with it.
Yeah.
It's been running through the family.
That original one is flimsy at best too. Like,
Yeah, so it made to me it made a lot more sense that she brought it with her and it had been in
Yeah.
her family.
Yeah, and that way it's something that, as part of the curse, there's a way to destroy Strahd.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that she's holding her husband's fucking blade.
Yeah.
The one thing I really wanted to do with Ireena, and because I want to explain this, was you noticed how she was getting more combative with all of you. And whereas when she was in the village, and how Strahd describes her, she's a very proper woman.
Yeah.
Because
very meek, very like.
Yeah.
the reason for that was I liked the idea that Strahd had a vision of her that wasn't the real woman.
Right.
Right, it's because kind of like not to put too fine a point on it, but like when a guy over crushes on a girl and he idolizes her to a point that she's not real.
More like I'm in love with the idea of this.
Yeah,
person.
Exactly. Yeah.
What you saw was Strahd's idea of Ireena, but the woman that loved Sergei was a much more powerfully willed, strong woman. That's why he kept referring to her as Sparks. Because she was a red-haired woman, he was like, "She's my Spark. She's the Sparks, right?"
Yeah.
So they would banter. So my idea was that they would banter with each other and they treat each other as equals.
Neat. Okay.
And
yeah.
where Ireena would always be, because they were noble born,
Yeah.
she would always be meek and proper to Strahd because she feared him because he was a noble lord and she was nobody. With Sergei, so Sergei always talked to her like a person,
Right.
and she's like, "Just Sergei, shut up for 5 seconds." No, I'm winning the fight. And that's how they fell in love.
Right. Okay.
So I did notice that her personality was sort of morphing and changing.
Yeah.
Initially, I thought that you were just getting pissed off with us as
I
players.
was, and then I made it plot.
Because he
we
goes,
were being dicks.
he looks at me and he goes, "How are we gonna do this?" And I'm like, "Why don't you just make that the plot?" And he goes, "That's a great idea." And then
This woman is my boon.
he comes up with this entire thing. He's just like, "I need to give her a nickname and all this stuff." And it's just like, "Well, what's fiery? Like a fiery thing?" And I'm like, "Sparks, it works." He's just like, he Doc Browns the shit out of this, and I'm like, okay.
You really just pulled a whole bunch of this out of your ass because of the development of how we were playing.
I was really building off of what you guys were doing
Yeah.
with her, because my original idea was that Ireena was kind of a sort of woman that you would all kind of be like. My original plan for your interaction with Ireena was you were going to look at this woman as, I can see how guys fall in love with her that quickly.
Right.
But you were always so, shut the fuck up, Ireena. This is a boy's house. And doing that.
Yeah.
And I started combating with you, and I'm like, this isn't really how I wanted to do her.
Yeah.
And then I realized, no, that could be what Sam pointed out, what
Yeah.
she did. And I was like, no, this is this is better.
Works, yeah.
Because she's
Works
a much
better.
stronger personality.
Yeah.
Why did you play Madame Ava the way you did? Because I remember, like,
No,
It's-
no, that was fucking worth it.
it
No,
was.
I
worth
love
it.
the Madame Ava. I love
Yeah.
the performance.
Yeah, it's the
Madame Ava is, because here's the problem. Madame Ava is a very stereotypical fortune teller woman in every other version of the module. They don't give her a personality.
Yeah, and,
At all.
and- yeah.
And the thing was, I was going over this for months and months and months and months because I never liked that. Because I don't want to do the typical, you are all accursed and you're going to die. Ha ha ha. That's stupid and it's cartoonish. And I remembered a Robin Williams performance where he's like, real fortune tellers look at you and go, you're going to die. They're going to park your ass in hell. And I'm like, that's Madame Ava.
That's amazing.
She's just because and the other thing was, this is a woman who has actively watched 700 years of people
Failing.
get thrown into the grinder with Strahd.
Right.
There's only being neutral to it doesn't make sense. Eventually, you'll get bored with it. She can't be a good person. No good person. She'd be helping more. So the other thing is, she's getting fucking kicks out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So she's just looking at you going, you're all gonna fucking die and he's gonna kill you and it's gonna be great.
Part of me wanted to go back to her afterwards and go,
Yeah.
"What'd you say?"
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like, so you fucking won. Say hi to the dude when you meet him. Who? You'll understand.
It's just one of those, like, now it makes sense as to why she was sort of screaming, going, "No, get out!
Yeah,
You're
get the
meeting him. You're meeting the
No,
the
no,
man."
that was another him.
That was yes.
That's the
That's the
unidentified major
unidentified
villain of this
major
campaign,
villain,
which you have
yeah.
yet to meet yet.
Yeah.
You will very quickly once we get to that season, but that'll be a ways off as Sam records a Persona game.
There you go. Yay!
But yeah, no, I really like this idea of a very malevolent fortune teller being here because it highlighted how bad this place was.
Yeah.
And I'd actually read the Ravenloft comic that had recently come out from under, I can't remember who published it, but it was under Wizards brand, where Minsk, I believe his name is, meets her, and he just goes off on her, and she's trying to do her business. And she's just like, look, just let me read the fucking cards. He's like, no, I will not listen. He smashes the table. And I'm like, you know what? What kind of woman would I want just to talk to Minsk in that moment?
Yeah.
To tell him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And I just imagine this rotten old woman who just hates everything.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I mean, the merchant, we now know who that was.
That was Zillan
that
Rex.
was fine. I'm like, okay, I get that now.
Yeah.
We did enough of the Vistani
Yeah.
to make it like a normal Ravenloft campaign.
Yeah, the Vistani booked it out of there too, real
Well,
fast.
yeah.
How are you feeling whenever we came up with the idea once we were in the tomb? We're like, fuck moving the plot forward. We're gonna be like, detect magic's a cone. Detect magic here. Detect magic here. Detect magic here. You're like,
You
they're
had
gonna
to
make me
explore
go
the castle.
through
A big part of Ravenloft is exploring the castle. You were in the cribs, for God's sakes. Sooner or later, you would find both the tome and the sword, which were down there.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of time.
It was just one of those. I as a GM, I'd look down the barrel of that and be like, they're going to make me describe all 50 tombs in here.
Yeah,
With fucked up names.
Well, yeah, but like you've got the notes for them. So.
You do, yeah, you do.
it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
So one thing that I'm kind of curious, was there ever a point at which we did something that kind of derailed your intention of...
Yeah, you picked up the deck of many things and you took the fucking Iron Golem.
Yeah, the angle.
You took the fucking Iron Golem. That was really
You
the big one.
left the deck in front of us.
I didn't realize it was there, and at that exact moment when I read that, I'm like, I need to convert everything in this module, make sure there's nothing else like it. It's the only thing like that in the entire fucking module, and it pisses me off, because I read everything, and I'm like, you son of a bitch, that's the one thing I had to change, and it's still in there. It's in there, and it's in there for good. But, you guys fucked me up. No. You guys I wanted you guys to have a more equal conversation with Strahd when you first met him, instead of just being flippant.
Yeah.
Because I was really trying to...
It's really just who the characters are.
Yeah, I know.
They're belligerent assholes.
Well, you have to realize we came from sorcerer lords. Like,
Yeah.
like this is a fancy dude in a stone castle.
Exactly.
Like,
He doesn't come across as intimidating as
we just
people
took
who
down-
can level cities, at least in our mind.
we came from a place literally like just weeks ago, basically.
Not even weeks ago, 2 days ago.
Days ago.
Of like a place where a man was literally draining the energy from the land
Yes.
to turn himself into
City.
a monstrous black dragon.
Yep.
And like, I'm a vampire. Like, fuck off, man.
Well, I wanted more of just a back and forth rather than just outright fuck you.
He came at us like, you should respect who I am. We're like, no.
No.
Bitch, please, I didn't bow to a dragon.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
But it worked out because you just hooliganed your way through it anyway.
We had to torture a man.
I remember I was there. I jammed it.
I was like,
It was okay.
it's like, look at my food. It's spooky. I was like, no. Hi.
6 out of 10.
It floats. Woo!
Like, you want to see spooky? I'll show you the Polaroids of what he did to a guy.
Hi, what I did.
Yeah, everyone here's a trained lunatic.
Horrible people.
Very good. You're all very good at torture. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Greyhawk because I'm giving you guys 6 months in there of downtime where you just all got used to the place. So now, no more excuses about not being able to read. You can learn to read. You can get proper clothing.
Research.
You can do research time. All of it.
Yep.
I didn't say you couldn't read, Scott.
Yeah, but these assholes keep
You
saying
finally get
it.
your chance.
You're gonna get a proper education.
Yeah, you'll actually understand what the fuck you are.
This is how you hold things. Upside down, backwards.
Yeah, but that'll be you'll be finally acclimatized because I think you guys not knowing what stuff is I think has kind of run its course.
Yeah,
At
that
this
kind
point.
of fish out of water. It's interesting for a little bit.
You can only do it for so long.
It's why sliders got boring after
Yeah.
a while.
Now you're just like, this is our thing. We jump worlds. We've gotten used to it.
Yeah. After the third place, you're like, all right, this is getting old.
I'm sorry, this place is nice.
It's very nice.
I'm okay with being
Greyhawk's
here.
lovely.
Yep. Like, we're good with being in
Like-
this place.
Is the weather going to try and kill us and strangle us?
I mean, if the right wizard's controlling it, yeah.
Yeah, but
Generally
like
speaking,
generally
no.
speaking,
Also,
upgrade.
truth be told, where's some of the scariest shit here?
No, you're
Outside of
you're in
wizards.
Greyhawk. You're par.
Oh,
Yeah.
Greyhawk's got
We're in
ancient,
the-
powerful magic, and it's got dragons for days.
Yeah.
in the
we're
cities.
No, in the dude, you're in the city. Mordenkainen's in the circle of the Nine. Hang out where you guys are.
right, yeah.
So we're still kind of small fish.
You're not small fish. You're very considerably powerful and strong.
Yeah.
But you're right in the middle.
Oh god, get us some magic items.
You're
Yeah,
all powerful
honestly,
and strong.
that's what
Also
we-
naked.
just keep in mind that the Greyhawk is the world that was made when Gygax was upset at his players. So he would just make up things that he knew would kill them for the hell of it. And then populated the world with such things. So it's like,
What's up?
I see.
You could put them back in Wonderland.
No, I know what module I'm putting them through.
I know.
Yeah.
I know, but it'd be funny because I
Die,
really want...
Vecna, die. No.
Well, that would be fun.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be as long a season next time.
no
It'll probably
more
be next season.
undead.
Yeah.
I'm tired of like 3/4 of my spell list not working.
I expected us to be in Sigil, because I know how much you love Planescape. Where did you expect him to drop us off?
Honestly, I'm not as familiar with with all the different worlds that we could visit. So I was just along for the
All of
ride.
them,
I was like,
everything.
sure, we'll
Forever.
go, whatever.
Yeah.
I refuse to guess because I enjoy the surprise.
Fair enough.
Scott, what'd you think?
I was half and half between. Okay, definitely not Forgotten Realms. you wouldn't go anywhere near that.
Either.
So,
Just not now.
Greyhawk, Birthright, or Galarian.
It was tempting to put you in Birthright,
Yeah.
but I don't know the modules of Birthright that well.
Yeah.
At least not enough to really tie into where I want you to go.
Right.
Really
I know
funny because I
I know
could have brought all of my Forgotten Realms stuff over, and you would have been like, "I hate all of this."
I know
Why?
a surprising amount of the characters from Birthright.
I did all the books, all the novels from Birthright.
I played the game.
Oh, nice. Nice. Very cool. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, so I was
What's
just
your-
I was expecting Planescape. That's all.
There's no saying
it's-
you won't
it's not
eventually
a-
get to
Trust
that.
me, Greyhawk is not a disappointment. It's just
hope
one of
not.
those. Oh, okay, all right, fair enough.
you're in the play. You are in the 80s of Magic. So
80s, yeah.
watch this stuff going from being. You went from desert Mad Max to Gothic to proper. I'm going to use this ancient ruby of 10,000 summons and across the mountain of infinite doom. Does it work? Like a motherfucker, it does.
Do you see the half dozen Tarrasques that are coming over the mountain?
It's just like everything's going to be of the 10,000th year, and you're going to be like, man, this stuff better be spiffy. It fucking is. Rock on.
Yeah.
Use this giant ruby of 10,000 wishes to prop open this door. Because the breeze is amazing!
I want you to meet an evil wizard who goes, he looks at you and goes, with the power of the Hercux ruby and the ritual of 10 moons,
Stab.
you will see. No, let me finish. You will see darkness unlike the lands. Shit's fucking tight, yo.
Go to Stab. It's like,
Have
I
another
like this
person-
guy
I'm
now.
just curious now, yeah.
You just have another wizard come up and like, after 10,000 years, I'm free. You know?
Scott's about to garrote him. We're like, hold on, I want to hear this one out. Hold on.
It's time to conquer Earth.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to hear this one out.
Oh,
Hold on.
that's going to be how I start the next fucking one.
On one hand, I'm efficient. The other hand, this is new.
See, whenever you develop plot, you could actually give us a whole bunch of charts. Like, this is the Ruby of. It's like Jordan roll 5,000. Like Scott roll leagues.
Have a fucking
It's like
Rolodex
making
of
up, like-
treasure.
Exactly.
That one.
Virginity. Mike, what'd you put on this list? There's some weird words,
Weird
dude.
words, dude. Yeah.
This one gives you your hymen back. Why did you make this? There's a surprisingly high...
Amount of hymen restoration spells in first. Sam, is there an amount of hymen restoration spells in first edition that I don't know about?
There's a lot of sex spells you don't know.
Yeah, there are. So fucking many.
Yes.
There's
So
a whole book, and it's kinky.
you can't just
Is it
blame
official?
him because
It's official.
Greyhawk came about through a whole lot of like conventions and the dark shit that can come out of conventions. He just wrote it all down.
Hello, ERP.
Exactly.
What's that? Free content? Sounds marvelous.
I'm the statue of the foreskin goblin. I'm going to take your foreskin.
I'll give you more foreskin. You're so horrible. I know. I'll put one on your forehead.
Rolls around with his sack of foreskins. He may give, he may take. Who knows?
Yeah, his sack of foreskins.
Foreskin goblin. How do you summon him?
Stop
Shut
giving
up.
ideas. No ideas.
You must fill your foreskin with marbles.
I was gonna say a boil, but okay.
Every time someone's circumcised, it quickens my ears.
Yeah.
There will not be a foreskin goblin in Greyhawk.
No.
I am not ruining the module we're doing that badly.
I'm making that character.
Goblin.
Hey, I made the garden gnome. I'm gonna make the foreskin goblin.
So during that downtime, do we level out of curiosity?
You should go to level 11 because you killed Strahd.
Multi-class.
Yes. Auto level.
And it'll be up to you at that point. That level will roll in when you guys get to Greyhawk, and it won't be the Patreon. It'll just show you at level 10 when you're done.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It'll be interesting to see how you react to who you meet. The story will be back on rails a little bit more for what you're going to be dealing with, going into some of the great lore of Greyhawk, and the choices you will have to make. Trying to remember. I'm so happy. You guys, Devin died when Mordenkainen showed up.
They're like, oh, fantastic.
I had a line actually prepared in case one of you asked why he didn't go in himself.
Because he's the wizard?
Exactly. Because the line was going to be, why on earth would I go in there? I can hire people. If something could happen to me, that sounds like a terrible idea written by a bad writer. Devin gets the joke. Wandered into a demiplane. I might end up crazy living in a windmill. What kind of an idiot? Because that actually happens.
That actually does happen.
Mordenkainen, for some reason, goes into Ravenloft without any support.
And then he goes to fight Strahd, loses apparently, and is now the Mad Mage of Bartok Mountains.
He loses.
Yeah.
Mordenkainen goes into, after so many people have died, going into Ravenloft in the 5th ed version, he goes in.
Oh no, 5th ed makes sense.
Well, fair, but it's just story development. It may have been inspired from something earlier, but that's just what I've read. He goes in, fights Strahd. Strahd beats him. That drives him insane. Not that he's already not insane. And then goes to be the Mad Mage of Mount Bartok.
I'm a poor loser!
I'm a poor loser.
And not become a dreadlord in his own right.
No.
Which would make way more sense.
Yeah, so it was just...
It'd be way more bone-chilling. But yeah, that was going to be the gag of... That was the gag I had in mind. It was going to just be this huge shot at 5e. But it didn't happen, so it's there.
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Since I didn't actually get my favorite moment.
Yeah.
So, 2 things. 1, the research we were able to do.
Yeah.
Because actually figuring out, hey, how do we kill this nigh unkillable vampire?
Yeah.
That was great. And even though I couldn't actually get a hit on him, even though I couldn't actually perceive him in any way, shape, or form, or roll over a fucking 6, I still hurt him.
Yep.
With good mind knowledge.
No. Not just simply, hey, I called you a Ponsel this time. To which I was still expecting him to do one thing to me.
Sun Sword spells.
Yes.
Sun Sword spells psionic.
Yeah.
I know. I was the... Well,
He was going to torture you afterwards.
I mean,
thank you.
Devin's character took chunks out of him.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's like, okay, dangerous, Sun Sword,
I hurt
wizard.
his feelings.
Who's going to torture you? What's he going to do? Pull your fingernails out? What's he going to bring the bar up, buddy?
Yeah, No, well, if Strahd had beaten you, you all would have woken up as vampires in his lair, and that was where the adventure would have gone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It was like, well, we're not sure where Tribe is going to go next season, but we'll figure it out.
Whatever it's going to be fucking vampire flavored.
Oh no! I
Little Blake.
I thought of a really horrible thing that he probably could have done to Scott, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you would have given that to me after the fact, though.
Yeah, it definitely would have been like, oh, I need to torture Scott's character somehow, and I'm like, bloodletting, that'd be cool.
Fuck, I'd help you with that.
So, I have a question.
Yeah.
Just because it was a phenomenal module and we all had a very good time.
Yeah.
What do we think that Mike could have done to have made it maybe another step up, possibly? Because I have an idea.
What's that?
It's super fucked up.
Yeah.
I think that instead of having all of the incarnations of, what's her face? Ireena,
Or
just
Tatiana.
or whatever, just be gone. That Strahd went down there raised them all and had this weird coterie of
Oh yeah.
of like
that's
different iterations of Ireena
Yeah, that would have been disturbing.
as like undead zombie wives, and we had to chew through those to get to him at the end. So not like the spirit, but like just like 5 or 6.
So we know what happened to
like
all your
previous
fireballs.
Irenas.
It kind of goes against how they've described her.
I know.
As she's very ephemeral. Like when she's gone, she's fucking gone.
Yeah,
But
but
there's
like,
nothing left, and
when she's
that's
gone.
Taunton.
Yeah,
No,
I thought so, but like it's just the shell he like it brings back.
Yeah, because again, and it's something that he has to fully control.
And it's something that he owns her. You know what I mean? Like it's I don't know. That's what I think. I would have done.
You okay, Sam? Is that too much?
That's what I would have done because it's super fucked up.
not that the module wouldn't have been difficult
dark
enough
shit.
because you look at the Banshee. We legitimately could have died to that Banshee.
Oh, yeah.
It kept rolling badly, but it's
anything
what I
Banshee
think
or
is the idea of because the nightmares were keeping us up,
Yeah.
or disturbing our dreams. I would think like some mechanical deficiency to that. Like we can make a fortitude save, and if we fail it, we're exhausted. So it's one of those trekking through this castle, tired and weary and drained.
So like more of a survival aspect.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like
when
a
we
bit
come
more
back,
of a
you're good.
survival
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah. What's sorry?
Nothing.
Well, we're also going to be a lot higher leveled, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Tom, what about you? What's one thing you wish I'd had souped it up a bit? And then we'll probably end it off.
Like just like one thing that you think could have like kind of just pushed it just a little bit more.
I'm not sure if there's anything that I could really suggest. I don't know. Like I'm super not critical of most of my the media that I consume or the things that I.
Tom's like the thing for himself.
Sure,
I'm grateful. I like the fact that in Tom's mind, I checked all the lists. I'm taking this win.
No, there was nothing that I see as a deficiency in what we experienced, and so I'd have to really kind of like think about it and then nitpick to find something to say, yeah, do that that could have gone better.
Kind of a misunderstanding. Like I'm not saying that anything was bad. Like if I had to rate it, that's a solid 10 out of 10.
Make it
Solid
yeah,
10
exactly.
That was a solid
okay, so-
module.
No,
Yeah.
the way the fight against Strahd ended, it couldn't have gone any better.
I think it was amazing.
Yeah, I think
You know,
I
I was
think it
going through
worked
his spells
really
like,
well.
what does this one do? What does this one do? What does this one do? Yeah, because he was doing all this controller shit, which he is
Yeah, I
that
thought it was
basically.
fantastic.
And
No,
I
I
think-
really liked the campaign.
I think it was a 10 out of 10. I'm not nitpicking
fantastic.
at all.
Yeah,
I was like,
okay,
what do
so-
I use the fireball spell? Are we done him?
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't use it.
But it's taking it even to the next level.
I
so.
forgot that I gave him power word kill
Yeah.
because I was
I mean,
Yeah.
Phantasmal Killer.
yeah, sorry, Phantasmal Killer.
Yeah, that was
it
terrifying.
It was just like because I was sitting there going like, fuck, why? Because I'm sitting there back there, I'm like, wait, did I do that? I did do that. Oh shit, I'm
you did.
mean.
No, that's actually smart.
It made perfect sense.
I actually did take out a lot of other bullshittery things that were in there, and I'm like, there's no way he would be able to use any of this crap, because then they would never be able to kill him.
A lot of it was solid. I mean, the touch of idiocy was a solid choice.
Solid choice,
The
yeah.
Phantasmal Killer was a solid choice.
No,
it was even thematically appropriate. Like, it was very good.
If you had gone hand to hand and not done the sun attack,
Yeah.
it would have been like, let's go fireball, lightning bolt. He was just trying to depower you as much as he could before.
I was going to roll back and I actually looked up the rules for counterspell.
Yeah.
I was going to roll back and play defensive because I'm like, this guy's casting is out of control. I can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Like, I can't throw down 3 fireballs and call it a day here, you know what I'm saying? But I can counterspell his shit while you guys do something.
Yeah, I think-
So, like,
Some Patreon fan in like a week after this goes live is going to be
be
like,
very happy.
I need those stats because there are no stats online for Strahd. There's one set, but it's for him in like the rest of Ravenloft when he's like a CR22.
Yeah.
There's nothing of him when he's at this point in
Yeah.
the expedition to Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy that I made these and they existed. It's legitimate, like a real thing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
We can fight Strahd at CR22.
Yes.
Strahd as a full Dreadlord, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Hard pass.
okay with this.
Yes.
Well, you won't be fighting.
I am not okay with it.
I mean, later on in D20 Live Canon, should Strahd show up again, he'll be that CR22 bastard who was like, oh yeah, those 4 assholes who took my woman from me. Fuck those guys. If I ever find them, I will kill them.
Yeah.
And bring them back and kill them
Every once
again.
in a while.
And bring them back.
And every once in a while, he gets this little note under his door. He picks it up.
Ponce. Yeah.
I can't think of anything to kick it up a notch beyond like the
Scott, what about you?
You actually did it very well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why.
As much as I'd say, oh, you might want to do this, it would detract from other things, like the Black Parade towards the fucking castle.
Yeah.
that was cool.
That was good. the issues we had taking the coffin up to be buried.
Oh yeah.
That was thematic.
I like that.
You do know that was Strahd in the carriage, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Okay, cool. I love how no one. I do love how. Yeah, no, it was really cool because like the original rules for that heart are nothing. It's just a heart fucking tower, and then in later editions they make it all of his vampires are immune to sunlight. I said screw it, so it's him. So that was actually him doing the thing.
Yeah.
That's from Second Ed actually.
We didn't respond to it because that's what he wanted. He wanted us to be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, no, because Strahd's doing it incognito, and it was like if they flip him off, he'll just dominate Ridrin.
Fireball.
Are you saying there's a consequence to my poor manners?
Yes. I've run out of things to say about this. This
I
was
think we're good.
one of
I
the
think we're
most
good, yeah.
rewarding seasons I've ever done in my life.
That's awesome.
I am so pleased with how this went. I cannot wait to see where you guys go. They will be shorter seasons because this was a 14-episode gauntlet, which this deserved.
Yeah.
But later seasons will be closer to 6 or 8, so it rotates a lot
exactly.
better.
I think you nailed it to the wall. I think you even created things that other people will want to use for their own versions of this
definitely.
going forward.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, like you created content for this that didn't exist before, and that's a big deal.
And that's a big deal. Yeah, it's a huge thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Behind a paywall. No, I'm just
Well, technically it is behind the Patreon. So.
Yeah.
Oh no, $10. Give me the notes. Here you go.
There you go. Done. And by the way, you also get all the other notes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can see my terribly, terribly built wizard.
And then next month we also get your notes as well for your Vice game. So it's an even better.
Oh no, this will air much after that. This is gonna be closer
I
to
have
June.
time to fix it.
I have been Big Mike. This has been Ravenloft. This has been Sam, the production manager.
I am-
Devin as Corvath. Tom as Kunwan. Jordan as Ridrin Aldrew. Scott as Corba Quinn. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
3, 2, 1, tribe.
Tribe!